And we back. We are back. We are back. Trying to stay more on track.
Yeah.
Things happen.
But now I think we're going to be fairly
consistent
until you go on your honeymoon.
Yeah.
All right.
And end the month. So, what's up, dog?
But, brother, our guy fought. The Matrix High-Tech fought last week.
Yeah. And
Olympian versus Olympian.
Olympian versus Olympian. 2012 Olympian. Luke Campbell. Olympic gold medalist. Not just Olympian, because Lomenchenko,
right.
2-time Olympic gold medalist.
Mm-hmm.
And Luke Campbell is an Olympic gold medalist, too.
Would you say that Luke Campbell is, in recent times, the best pound-for-pound boxer to come out of England?
England?
Let's say in the last 7 to 10 years.
Like amateur or professional?
Pro.
No way.
Who would you say is the best British fighter right now?
The best. Well, I have to say for sure, like Tyson Fury. You got to say he's the pound for pound best guy out there. The UK. Remember, I was just talking a little bit earlier about how many champions there are from England, and look, we got Charlie Edwards at flyweight. I'm not too familiar with him. Josh Thornton at featherweight.
Love Josh
Junior
Thornton.
Bantamweight, Khalid Yafai.
Yafai is a good fighter.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. We talked about him. Remember how I trained at the Birmingham gym there in Birmingham, where he's from. Josh Taylor, junior welterweight. Callum Smith.
Yep.
Billy Joe Saunders, middleweight. So there's a
lot
slew.
of fighters. Yeah.
There's a slew of them. England always produces champions and good fighters, and it's always a country to be reckoned with in the pro ranks.
Yeah.
Even the amateur, they win Olympic medals, Olympic gold medals, and they put a lot of money into boxing in England. Like, look at that center they have there in Sheffield.
Yeah.
Where they have Robert cracking the head of the great team Great Britain, and they go there in Sheffield and they train. And that center is an amazing center.
Oh, it's producing champions.
Yeah.
Frosch came out of there too.
Yeah, then they have the pros, they go there and train.
Yeah.
So they're getting these amateurs sparring with these professionals, and these, they're getting great work. And
that makes a big difference. I noticed, though, and I understand why, you left out Anthony Joshua.
Oh, no, that not by, it was more of I just forgot about Joshua.
Okay.
Of course. Joshua, Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he, I really like Joshua.
Yeah.
I mean, look, his fight with Ruiz, and he lost that fight, knockout, whatever. If he's able to come back and beat Ruiz again, in the rematch, is kind of like Lennox Lewis, talking about English fighters, and when he lost to Rockman and got knocked out, then he came back to knock Rockman out.
Yeah. They can have an off night. It happens.
It can happen, especially in the heavyweight division, where one shot, I know it wasn't one shot by Ruiz, but one shot can change it.
Yeah, that did change it. So their rematch is in December of this year in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting that these fights are happening in, like, the Middle East like that. Like, I know you're not an MMA guy, but there was a big fight just on the weekend in Abu Dhabi. But I find it interesting. These are becoming fight hubs. At least to go to a fight anyways.
Yeah. So... Yeah, so let's talk about this Lomenchenko fight.
Okay.
And with Luke Campbell, I know because, I mean, just one thing is you can't compare opponents in boxing, and that's always known. Styles make fights. Like Luke Campbell lost a close decision to Jorg Linares.
Yeah.
Or Linares. And Lomenchenko beat him pretty soundly. Linares gave him some trouble.
Yeah, Linares was the first guy to flash knock him down.
Put him on his feet.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't compare. I agree.
You can't compare. Because this fight, it really, honestly, had to be, when this fight was signed and everything, and this fight was going to happen, I was thinking this is going to be a clear-cut, another dominating performance by Lomenchenko, and how he just breaks you down. But Luke Campbell gave him a good test, and also he even Lomenchenko even talks about how he was hurt by Luke Campbell.
Yeah, he threw the excuse me. So excuse me, lefty against lefty.
Lefty.
A guy with a long reach and tall.
Long reach, 5'9".
Yeah.
Against 5'7" of Lomenchenko.
Yeah, that makes it.
So that makes it, and the reach advantage was significant. This is what Lomachenko says, is like, he hurt me. He has big power. I had the Ukrainian accent good when I was practicing at home, and now I lost it.
What the hell, man?
I don't know. I'll get it back, though.
Okay.
But
you should do a Russian accent using Mike Tyson's voice.
That's for another show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go on. What did he say? So he hit him hard.
Yeah, he was just saying he hurt me. He has big power. And he also said, I give myself 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
And for that performance, he also goes on to say, I said before the fight, he's very smart and technical fighter. He has big reach. I want to unify the division. I want the last title, but it won't happen till next year.
Oh, he did say not till next year, so that's it for this year.
Okay. Because actually, like, this weight class is becoming really hard. 135-pound weight class. Yeah. And with Richard Comey is fighting Teofimo Lopez, and that's for the mandatory IBF belt.
Right, and that's the belt he wants. Is Lomachenko wants?
That's the one he doesn't have.
Yeah,
he has all the other belts: WBO, WBA, WBC. Yeah. He just wants the IBF title. He wants to unify. That's what he said. He wants to unify. Not many fighters nowadays in boxing want to unify their division.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know.
But
I just wonder if. I guess it all depends on what's important to you, but I think as you're getting a little bit older now, he's in his.
He's 30, 31.
31. Maybe he wants to. That's part of his legacy. He wants to start building. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's so much about money right now, but he's getting paid well, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure he is.
Well, what do you think about the Comey? That's this year, the Comey.
That fight.
Teofimo Lopez fight.
Yeah, that is this year.
What do you think about that fight?
I give Richard Comey he's a really nice fighter. And his loss to Robert Easter, that was a close fight, but we never heard of Easter since then. No. So we got an IBF champion in Comey.
Yeah.
And just that fight with Teofimo, I think Teofimo was overrated. I think his last fight against was it the Japanese fighter?
Yeah, he had a tough fight. That's right.
He had a tough fight. Yeah, a really tough fight. A 10-rounder, and that was I think it was a DAZN fight or a TV fight, and it was a bad showing because it was a TV fight. A TV fight is your platform for the audience to see. And he didn't
shine in that fight.
He didn't. So and he's to me he's a little bit too cocky for my liking.
Yeah, I think he's using that to kind of sell himself though. But he is cocky. Yeah. He believes in himself.
Yeah.
I also think Comey takes that fight. I think it might be a little early for Lopez to go up to that level. Comey's a solid fighter, and he's also got a lot of experience too, right?
He does, yeah.
I think he'll handle that.
He's a tall, lanky, comfort fighter
with power.
And look at like how just touching on Teofimo Lopez and how he's cocky and he's doing those acrobatic flips in the ring and this and that. Look at it compared to a Lomachenko, for example. Lomenchenko says this, I don't want people to ask me if I am great. that is down to the other people to talk about and decide. My opinion does not matter. So you got and then you got a Floyd Mayweather who claims to be TBE, the best ever.
Yeah.
Like that. Ultimately, it's the fans
who decide
that are gonna point who the best fighters are. Right?
Yeah, not him. I agree. So going back to the Lomachenko Campbell fight, so he gave himself a 7 out of 10.
That's what he said.
But I think a lot of that had to do with because of the way Campbell fought him.
100%.
Campbell kept the distance.
He did. You're right.
He was throwing that right looping overhand left from distance, and he connected. I think it was in the first or second round. He hit him on the top of the head, Lomachenko, and I think that's what the power he felt. He fought really smart, but he fought at keeping him at distance. Only a couple times did Loma get those classic, he combination, and then he spins and he gets his feet around and gets the angle. He didn't
do too much. Those angles and stuff, he's just more in front of him.
But I think Campbell neutralized a lot of that, a lot of the angle taking.
I think so. Yeah, Lomachenko's no... And the thing is this, is that, how you were saying, and we're talking about how he got hurt, and Lomachenko even admits it, and he must have been hurt throughout the fight. When you have somebody in front of you that has power, things change. You're not just... He's not going to do the Lomachenko go after you like he did against the Axeman.
Walters,
and...
Who has power, though.
But didn't hurt him.
No, you're right.
Didn't hurt.
Good point.
When you feel the power and you feel the guy has an eraser there.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good observation.
Changes things.
Do you, but Lomachenko, he was having trouble. You could see it in the first half of the fight, but he was still scoring. And then the second half of the fight, he started to change things up again a bit, got a few angles, and started throwing a lead left. And he was connecting and knocking Campbell's head back. Yeah. And then he got a couple of 8 counts, right?
Right.
So I think the first 8 count he got really won in the fight. Because it was pretty close.
It was a close fight, but not where it would be debatable.
Correct.
Who won. This was it was a clear win.
Yeah.
And a test, and big props to Luke Campbell and even Lomachenko. It was said that from the beginning, and he always gave him respect. I mean, if you're an Olympic gold medalist, you're a good fighter, a really good fighter. You got to worry about a fighter like that.
And you got technical ability, and he was quite the technician, Luke Campbell.
Right.
Hasn't won a world title yet, though, right?
No, because that was his second attempt. The first was against Linares, and then he hasn't won. But if he can keep going, he recently just said it. Take out Lomachenko, and I'm the number 1 fighter at that weight class.
Do you agree with that?
I mean, now that we got Tank, Gervonta Davis moving up to that weight class, which we were going to talk a little bit about as well, because he relinquished his WBA title at 130 to move up to 135.
Yeah. It's going to happen.
It for sure is going to happen, because not only is it going to happen, it's happening. It's happening, and his next fight is already pretty much a done deal, and it's going to be
Who's he fighting?
Dorcas Gamboa.
Oh, okay.
Gamboa.
So Gamboa is not a big 135-pounder.
No.
Size. He's at the...
Probably the same size as the Tank.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's short arms, short reach.
Yeah.
He's got speed.
Yeah.
But he's not at the peak of his career. He's past that already.
No. And even coming out of he was good at coming out of the amateurs but he wasn't as dominant as he was in the amateur game that in the professional ranks.
Right.
Terrence Crawford beat him up bad. So he just wasn't at that level. So I think this is at least we get to see Davis fighting.
Yeah.
Because when you see, it's always interesting to see Davis fight, because he's being groomed as the superstar of boxing. He's taken over that Floyd Mayweather mold. As Mayweather molded what he created, the mold that Tank Davis is filling now, and the difference between them two, obviously Floyd was like defensive, and one thing is the offense and the knockouts. The knockouts are what sells, and Emmanuel Stewart always said that. A lot of people always look for the knockout. If you can knock somebody out, things are big for you.
Exactly.
Big.
And I would like to see. Yeah, I'm glad he's doing the Gamboa fight. I think that's a good introduction into the 135. Yeah. I'd like to see him fight Luke Campbell at some point before getting an opportunity at Lomenchenko. I wouldn't be as interested to see him fight Linares because Linares is susceptible to big punchers.
True.
Right? We've seen him get knocked out, actually, I think, in the first.
Linares has fought on the weekend in Japan.
In Japan?
Yeah.
Who did
he
fight?
Won a Japanese fighter. Not sure.
Well, he is still one of the top guys at 135.
He's around the gatekeeper now.
You think so?
Yeah, he's around there. I mean, like, can he be a world champion? Possibly. Get him in there with an up and coming guy that's gonna wants to step up to that level, like a Devin Haney. Something like that.
Yeah. And he's isn't he fighting soon?
And
too,
Devin Haney, he's in line for the WBC mandatory.
Yeah.
And that's Lomenchenko, and he already tweeted that he thinks he can beat Lomenchenko. That's what they all say.
Well, he's 20 years old.
Yeah.
He's undefeated.
20 years old.
He is a good fighter.
Yeah.
I don't think
22-0, 14 KOs.
Yeah. We don't know how good he is yet.
Yeah. Yeah,
he needs some bigger fights.
He does have a fight coming up actually on Friday, this Friday.
Yeah.
And this is a DAZN card, and he's fighting a Russian fighter, Zaur Abdullayev.
Okay.
This coming Friday. So, a good test, because if it's a Russian with probably an amateur background, then he's gonna be a tough fight. So let's just see. But look at the landscape of that division.
Smokes, it's changed.
It's heating up. Huge. It's big.
So
that's a big weight class.
It is. So does that mean who does Lomachenko fight? Does he fight the winner of Teofimo Lopez and Comey, because that is the IBF.
I think that's the next one. Okay. When the winner of that fight will fight, the 100% that'll be it, because Lomachenko wants that IBF belt,
right?
And if a fighter wants a belt, wants a fight, that's what Julio Cesar Chavez said before, talking about Canelo. And a fight that didn't happen or something. I think it was maybe the GGG fight, whatever. And Chavez goes, whenever I wanted to fight, I would get it. If I wanted to fight somebody, I would get it. I would tell Don King, he would make the fight. If a fighter wants it, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, a fighter puts pressure on the promoter, I want to fight that guy. I want to fight him. I want to give him this fight. Give him this fight. Give him this fight. Right?
And then he makes it happen. So then he'll get the fight, Loma. And you know what? It's good for boxing to have a completely unified division too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because we always complain about there's too many belts and all this, but no, I think that's a good fight. That might happen at the beginning of 2020 too.
2020. For sure. Well, because Lomachenko's probably saying he's not going to fight for the rest of the year till the year's out. Then it'll be early in next year.
Yeah. Either guy, I think that's a good fight. Mm-hmm. That's a really good fight.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Good. I'm glad these divisions are heating up too.
Yeah. So Gervonta moving up. I think with Gervonta, he's just being undersized. That's going to be his problem. I don't see him, even with a Luke Campbell, I can see Luke Campbell just boxing him.
Yeah.
And just outboxing him.
That's why I'd like to see that fight. I want to see him with a more tested boxer.
Mm-hmm.
Boxer.
Yeah, boxer.
Yeah. Somebody that's proven, like Luke Campbell. That would be a nice fight to watch, actually.
Yeah, it would. Okay, so let's move on. Let's talk about this Kovalev and Canelo, which is most likely going to be the fight that's going to be happening November 2nd, Las Vegas on the zone. Because we've all been waiting to hear when Canelo is going to fight, when his opponent is going to be named, and there's been so many different names thrown around. Demetrius, Andre, Billy Joe Saunders, like this, that, these names, and now Kovalev is the front runner in the sweepstakes of Canelo Alvarez. They used to always say Floyd Mayweather when Mayweather fought. When somebody fought Mayweather, it's like they won the boxing sweepstakes.
Or Pacquiao too.
Yeah,
right.
You're gonna make money.
Yeah,
fighting those guys.
Yeah, and Kovalev has a big enough following now too. Plus a lot of fans in Russia as well. So that is a big fight, and it's a money fight. You can see why Canelo. But I am bothered by one thing about this is that Billy Joe Saunders should have gotten a shot at that 160 belt or 168, whatever, to fight Canelo, because I think he is he's earned his way to the top of that. And I know he got tested positive, right? Mm-hmm. But outside of that, I just think he's a guy that's slick and highly skilled, and that's a boxing fan's fight. Maybe not a money fight, but that's a boxing fan.
Yeah,
fight.
But the thing is, does it sell? That's the thing. Billy Joe Saunders is not not many fighters are household names, but more of an apartment house.
Right.
Not even a household name, like an apartment house. He's not even that.
Yeah.
So he's not really known. That it's got to be pay-per-view material. Like the zone material,
right?
The zone has to approve of the opponent, and it all comes down to that.
Well, then that's a shame, because I really wanted to see him fight Billy Joe Saunders, because I love the way Billy Joe fights.
Yeah, he's a good fighter.
He's slick and he moves well and he's tricky and he throws a lot of He's a combination puncher too. So that would have been nice. So he's going to fight Kovalev. What do you think about fighting Kovalev at 175?
Yeah. That's where they're fighting at light heavyweight.
So it's not a catchweight.
It's not a catchweight. And Canelo's the king of catchweights. Only Canelo can make a catchweight.
Yeah.
Well, what other fighter can make catchweights? Nobody.
No.
Only somebody that demands that kind of pay-per-view revenue and sales and stuff is able to do those things.
So what are you thinking? How does that fight go?
My opinion on that is that it's going to be a dominant performance by Canelo. It's going to be we know that first of all, Kovalev, Andre Ward has already given the blueprint on how he is to the body, he broke him with body shots.
I will break you.
The second fight.
Yeah.
And Canelo's a great body puncher.
Yeah, there is a great little clip on YouTube of all of Canelo's knockouts.
Body shots?
But bought through body shots.
Yeah, really.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And when you just watch this, you really appreciate not just how hard he hits, but how accurate he hits to the body.
Was it Liam Smith one that bam?
Oh, he tortured him. Also, the other British dude he fought most recently, the tall dude.
Yeah, in December.
Fielding?
Rocky Fielding.
Oh, did he torture his body? It's like torture. And you're right, against Kovalev, he's just got to get on the inside.
Look what Ward did to Kovalev in the second fight, and he just wrecked him.
And he's quick. Canelo too. He throws an inside body shot very quickly. I don't think Kovalev's going to see that coming. So you're basically telling me you're picking Canelo, the smaller guy.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Do we sweep the fact that Canelo was caught for steroids and stuff under the.
No, you mentioned it a few times.
It's gotta linger over there. Yeah, because if you get caught with steroids in boxing, you've tried to really hurt somebody.
Yeah,
like your opponent. You cheated to that capacity.
Do you think he has as much pressure on this fight, Canelo, to prove himself at 175, or can he come back and say if he doesn't win by whatever chance, if he doesn't win, he says, well, it's not my natural weight, but I wanted to.
Yeah, I'm sure that will happen. What will he do if he wins that fight? Would you most likely will?
Do you think he stays at 175?
He does. He's a huge 160. Huge.
So there's also super middleweight, but there's not enough. He's already fought Daniel Jacobs. Yeah. Who else at 168 now?
There's not enough action. The action's at 160 and light heavyweight.
Unless he comes back down to 160 for a frickin', which is what we want with Triple G, a third fight.
Man, are they gonna make it?
Like, I just think that's huge revenue loss for DAZN.
DAZN is mad about that.
They should be.
They got into this with the sole purpose of making that fight because it's the biggest fight. And that's why they signed these guys to those contracts. DAZN did, and
if he wins Kovalev's belt. So that means he's got a belt at 154, 160, 168, and he'll have the 4 belts, 4 weight classes.
Yeah.
Right? Which is a pretty amazing accomplishment. I think Mikey Garcia is the only other active fighter with 4 weight division titles. Mm. So I think
that's impressive.
So there's a good chance he fights Kovalev, that gets added to his legacy, and he comes back down in weight. Mm-hmm. Because there's other younger beasts.
Yeah.
Bivol.
Yeah.
The Hammer, who's fighting Beterbiev.
Yeah, those guys are 175.
I mean, they're freaking beasts. Yeah, I'd love to see Canelo try to fight them.
They're fighting Beterbiev and the Nail.
I can't pronounce his name.
Kovalev. That's Kovalev.
I can't.
Kovalev.
That's why I think this is very well thought out, Canelo's camp, to fight Kovalev. Because it's for a belt, obviously, but it's Kovalev now who is. I mean,
on the way down. Yeah.
His last 2 fights have still been impressive, right?
Yeah.
But he's on the way down.
But look at Pascal said. He fought when he fought. Pascal fought Kovalev. What, a couple years ago?
Yeah.
He was in his prime then, and he's not there anymore. Like, he had that tough fight with Yard, the British guy, and Yard could have really, if he just a little bit more, he would have stopped him.
Yeah, it was close.
Yeah,
and
he's props to him for that big fight, going into Russia, into the Lions Den, into his hometown, Chiblansky or whatever.
Yep.
And fighting a guy in his hometown, man, give props to that guy.
I mean, he'll be back. And he will be a world champion, I think, because he's a beautiful fighter.
Yeah.
Anthony Yard, the way he fights.
Yeah, Buddy McGirt after the fight went into the locker room at Yard, and I saw a clip of that, and he told him basically, it's like you don't worry, you keep it. You're gonna be up next.
Yeah. And I think so. I think that's a very well thought out plan for Canelo to fight Kovalev, because it does give him if he wins the 4th title in 4 weight classes, and it does also give him then an opportunity to go, okay, I'm good. I'm going to come back down to 160 or 168. Yeah. Maybe then, only then, will we see another fight with Triple G, because I don't think his team would want to risk him fighting at light heavyweight some of these young guns, especially these 3 young Russian fighters that are freaking awesome.
Agreed.
Why risk that at 175?
I agree totally. He guarantee he's going to go up, win that belt, and then bam, come back down.
I agree.
Because you don't want no part of Beterbiev and Oleksander.
Kvasnik and
Bivol, those guys are just monsters, man.
Killers, man. They're real legit boxers at a high level now too.
Yeah.
So
speaking of like Russian fighters and Ukrainians, just talk a bit about Oleksander Usyk, who's 16-0, 12 KOs, and he's a unified cruiserweight champion. Now he's moving up to heavyweight, and he's fighting in his debut at heavyweight October 12th in Chicago against this guy Spong. 14-0, 13 KOs. Is a former Dutch kickboxer. I think it's just his introduction to the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
And then from there, because remember too, Usyk, he fought heavyweight at the Olympics, and he won gold medal at the Olympics in 2012, and then he fought cruiserweight as a pro.
Right.
So
and there's been lots of cruiserweights have gone up to heavyweight. Holyfield,
the best known one,
right? David Haye went up from cruiserweight to heavyweight.
Yeah.
So I don't think that'll be an issue for him at all. And with his skill, man, he makes the heavyweight even more interesting.
You know what I saw was World Series of Boxing, and it was a fight, because you know how right now Joyce, the British Olympic gold medalist, and he's undefeated as a pro heavyweight.
Yeah,
they're thinking he's the next thing, but they should have fought up. He's not, anyways. But they should have fought with Usyk and him in the World Series of Boxing.
Yeah,
and Usyk schooled him, like took him to school.
He hasn't developed enough. That's what I noticed with Joyce, and he's got skill, but he needs more time. He's young. Yeah. He's young. He needs more fights, more experience. He needs to keep developing. I feel that his fighting style is still immature. He needs to keep developing and getting better.
Yeah.
But I don't think I don't know if he's the future of the heavyweight division. I don't know. I think Usyk's the future.
100%.
Man, Usyk's
but do you think for the heavyweight division, Usyk,
I think he, let's put it this way, I think he brings an element.
He does.
Where he's going to be challenging for all these the Wilders, the Furies. Yeah. You know who's been fighting what? I think, you know who just came back from the suspension? We gotta check this. Miller. I believe so.
Yeah, I know.
And I think he fought too, and he fought well.
But he's calling out somebody else right now, and I think they're gonna make that fight.
Yeah.
Anyways, who cares? This guy. I think it's Joyce. Joyce.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Miller's calling him out, and Joyce is like, I'll send you the contract. Just make sure you're clean, like the steroids.
Right.
Whatever.
No, might be a little too soon for Joyce. I don't know.
That fight with Usyk was in Chicago, and Chicago is a pretty good fight town. Yeah. Who's a Chicago fighter
currently?
Yeah,
from Chicago,
or currently or was. Do you name any?
I can't offhand name. You tell me.
One was Diaz. Remember that fought Pacquiao and got knocked out bad? David Diaz.
From Chicago.
Yeah.
Wow. You got a good
Montel Griffin.
Oh, wow.
Montel Griffin beat Roy Jones with that disqualification. And then remember, Roy came back in the rematch, knocked him on the first round.
That's amazing.
The first fight was he won the DQ. He got DQ.
Right.
Yeah, because Roy hit him when he was down.
Right.
And then they gave it to Griffin.
Yeah.
A DQ, and then rematch. Bang! Roy knocked him on the first round.
He was gay, they said, Montel Griffin.
I think there was like stuff, but I think
not that there's anything wrong with
that. No.
But I think he was. That just reminded me of something, because somebody else has got a fight coming up I wanted to talk to you about. Damn, I had it in my head. We'll keep talking. Okay. It'll come back.
Okay, no worries. But I fought a couple of times in Chicago because I was from Windsor, right?
Yeah, it's not.
And Chicago was like 3 hours away.
Okay.
So I fought there a couple of times. I fought I remember fought one as an amateur, from Windsor, we drive up there and go beat those Americans. One time I fought this one pretty tough Spanish fighter, but I beat him in his hometown and then drove back home that night with a win.
Nice. That was an amateur fight or a pro fight?
Yeah, amateur fight.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was always good that we were able to go and travel and have fights over here and fight this guy. Those are tough fighters from those areas.
Yeah. Oh man, you're like right across from Detroit. Philadelphia's in driving distance. All these places are driving. All these fight towns are driving distance.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're talking about Usyk and moving up to the heavyweight division, and then the Ortiz Wilder and Luis Ortiz rematch is going to be November 23rd in Vegas. The deal was pretty much done. It's just going to be. I think today, this week will be told.
Okay, this is for Ortiz and
Wilder too. Yeah, too.
Okay.
In Vegas, pretty much done deal. It's been done for a while, for about a month.
It's still a risky fight for Wilder.
Very, man. I mean, look at the first fight.
Jeez, he almost lost it.
Yeah, and they already got this fight signed with Fury and fighting with Wilder in the rematch in February, but yet. This got disaster written all over it, man. You can't look past an opponent, and everyone knows that in boxing.
No way.
Especially a guy like Luis Ortiz, who the first fight gave some serious problems and had Wilder pretty much look like he could have been gone.
Yeah, absolutely. But kudos to Wilder, man, for he could have taken an easier fight.
Till today. Man, you know what we're talking about.
He could have taken an easier fight.
Yeah.
Wilder. So kudos to him. And then when is the Tyson Fury's fight? That's coming up soon too, right?
Yeah, that's this month too.
Okay.
Or it's October.
October, I think.
Yeah. Otto Wallen he's a Swedish fighter.
Okay.
Never heard of him.
Look at he keeps saying now in interviews, he keeps saying how he fought Wilder too soon after after getting off the drugs and everything and drying out.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the case, but he fought great anyways. But let's see what happens. But that at least sets us up for a rematch with Tyson, with Fury, and with Wilder.
And that's great for the heavyweight division. The heavyweight division has been the glamour division of boxing.
Mm-hmm.
And for the longest time, and then it's been admissible for a little while, and there's a lot of noise going on.
There's also that other British heavyweight, Dubois or something.
Yes, yeah,
he looks good too.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
so he starts to become in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
You got Usyk getting in the mix. This is a really nice heavyweight division.
Mm-hmm.
I like what's happening.
Yeah, sounds great. All these fights, all these fighters coming in the heavyweight division,
and good fighters too, not a bunch of bums.
Mm-hmm. So what else do we have in doc? So the Jarret Hurd and the rematch with Julian Williams is not happening now. So basically, Jarret Hurd basically said he doesn't want it right now. He doesn't want it right now. He's not ready for it right now. So it's been canceled. And Julian Williams, he was actually contractually obligated to make that rematch in the clause because the champion was Hurd when they first fought. So it just leaves kind of things in turmoil because then the other fight is Jermall Charlo and Tony Harrison from Detroit in their rematch. And I know we're not supposed to talk about opponents before you beat somebody, but that was supposed to be the winners of those two fights were going to fight each other, and that would have been blockbuster. I guess it's not that big of a deal. I'm sure something will happen.
So I kind of I want to get your opinion too. I'm not surprised about Hurd not wanting to fight Williams doing the rematch. I'm not surprised because I really think that his style is a bad style to fight Williams. So I'm not surprised to hear that. And so will he go up in weight, Hurd, or what? Because he's a pretty big guy.
Yeah, so that's what he's saying. Yeah, at 6'1", he's fighting at 154. He's looking to go up in weight. I think maybe it's too big, but also, and not only that. So the thing is, like, if he fought somebody, but like kind of like Sergey Kovalev when he fought Elir Alvarez's first fight.
Yeah.
He said he lost, but he was hungry for that rematch. He wanted it quick. He took out the rematch, beat Alvarez, and so same thing here. Hurd knows that this fight with Williams is going to be very, very, very tough to beat.
Absolutely.
A guy that's so determined like that.
Right.
So he's like, oh, let me get out of this and go up in weight class.
Yeah. So the techniques. I mean, the fighting style. I don't think his is conducive to beat Julian Williams. Especially Julian Williams was hitting him hard, hitting him with combinations, and moving beautifully. Yeah. And he's not a mover, Jarret Hurd. Mm-hmm. When he fights, he takes a lot of punches to give a lot. And against a guy like Williams, who beat him down ultimately, it's not a good matchup for him. Yeah, so maybe his team said the same thing.
Speaking of his team, and with his team, he parted ways with his trainer already after that loss.
That's interesting.
His trainer Ernesto Rodriguez after his loss in May. So basically, like, you're blaming it on your. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say here. I mean, sometimes a trainer changing trainers is good.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't blame your trainer for your loss. Ultimately, it's you in the ring. But I don't know. They can give you a wrong game plan. Who knows what it is?
Yeah.
Hurd looks like he's outgrown the division, and he knows there's somebody there that he can't beat.
Before I forget, and it's a good fight, but you're gonna have to look it up. It's Anthony Durrell is fighting again.
Yeah,
and it slipped me who he's fighting because it's a big name.
You like Durrell?
Sort of. I like Andre.
Yeah.
But, I like Anthony Durrell. He's a good fighter, but he's fighting somebody, I think. I can't remember that's going to beat him, I think. That's coming up. And there's also, that's soon, I think, that fight. And then, of course, we got September 28th, the Porter Spence Jr. fight.
Yeah. Oh, so Anthony.
Who's he fighting?
Sir Anthony is fighting. Oh, David Benavidez.
That's it.
Oh my God.
I've become a Benavidez fan.
Benavidez gonna eat him up, man.
Isn't that a great fight, though?
Yeah, it's a good.
I love that matchup.
Fight, but he's gonna get eaten up.
Oh, I love David Benavidez.
Oh, he's just come forward nonstop.
I'm glad he got a fight again this year. Yep.
That's.
This kid is going to make a mark in that division, too. Is that at super middleweight?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 168. I love that fight, man. I love it. Yeah, I didn't want to forget talking to you about that because I know you like Benavidez too.
I do like Benavidez. I always got to support my Detroit, Flint, Michigan.
Yeah.
Anthony Durrell, brother of Andre Durrell.
Yeah.
Anthony the dog.
I like that fight. That's a nice fight. Mm-hmm. And it's good to see Benavidez fighting. Munguia's fighting again, too.
Yeah, he's fighting next week.
Yeah.
On DAZN, too, headlining on DAZN.
Yeah. Let's see if he's made any... I'm looking to see when this kid makes some, and he's young, but some adjustments with his... two things. Number one, with his defense, and number two, with his patience.
So he's
Instead of just rushing in and throwing.
He's got Eric Morales as a trainer now.
Okay, that'll be interesting. Okay. Let's see if there's a difference.
So let's see. And what he's talking about with now having El Terrible Eric Morales as his trainer, he's learning more and defense is what. But has Morales is really a defensive
not really
fighter?
Not really. That's why I'm kind of confused.
Yeah, it's another Mexican fighter that
comes forward.
Their offense becomes before defense.
Right.
I mean, their defense is good. Yeah. Offensively great.
And I really believe that that's what Munguia needs, and that especially showed in his fight against the Australian dude.
Hogan.
Where he got the decision, but
he shouldn't have got it.
No.
And I read a lot of comments on the forums and stuff, and a lot of people are expressing their displeasure.
Yeah.
About he got a gift decision against Hogan, and he's a fraud. He's not really,
Yeah, but calling him a fraud at the end of the day,
not really a fraud. Maybe I threw that word in
there,
but he's not what they're building on to be. He fought that other guy, the Japanese fighter Takashi Inoue, and he had a tough fight with him too, and he looked ordinary. He's just ordinary to me. Nothing brilliant about him.
Well, it was what really brought him in the spotlight was that knockout. I think it was the 4th round against Saddam Ali.
Right? Yeah. Right.
And then his name suddenly became very prominent.
Yeah.
Because he's got that power, but and the reach, and he's tall,
boy,
right, backing him. But he really has flaws in his game, and again, it's not his fault that the judges awarded him the win on that fight. So I don't like to criticize the boxer. Right. Let's criticize the judges, but not the fighter.
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's like people that criticize Tim Bradley. Yeah. After he beat Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Like, he shouldn't have gone through that. Yeah. That type of...
but Bradley should admit that he lost that fight. Did he ever admit it? No.
Does anybody?
Hey, good fighters, man. If you lost...
You gotta make a living, but you gotta make a living. You gotta keep your stock high.
True, but did your stock go down if you admit that I think
that's a good point.
If you say you won, but the whole world knows you lost, it goes down then. Forget watching this guy.
I'm just trying to think of a guy that said, while he was still fighting, I lost that fight. I don't know why they gave me the decision. I can't think of an example.
That's true.
But that doesn't make it right. I agree.
No, you're right.
That's a tough call. But anyways, Munguia's fighting. We got Earl Spence on the 28th and Porter. Yeah. I know you don't like making predictions, but how are you seeing that?
I will not want Earl's going to destroy. No, I shouldn't say destroy. Earl's going to decisively beat Porter.
Right. So that would be a pretty big upset if Porter won.
Yeah, for sure it would. It would shake up that whole landscape of the welterweight division, and Earl Spence is supposed to be the king of that throne, and right behind him, closely following is Crawford.
So how would you... Okay, let's now talk about... I want to relate this fight, Porter Spence, to your experience, because you've been in the ring with guys like this. How does Spence neutralize a guy that comes forward so aggressively?
Well, if you got a guy coming forward against you, the best way to deal with them first is stepping around them, using the angles, not staying in front of them, not engaging in their kind of game, which they want you to stand and fight toe to toe, and that's only going to benefit Porter. So, but Earl Spence is a beautiful boxer, and he's shown it before. So it's not like, and he's intelligent, and it's not like he's going to sit there and fight. Right. That's not advantageous for him.
So do you think potentially there could be a lot of Porter come forward, Earl Spence clenches?
Yeah.
Which could make for a kind of a so-so fight.
It could. It could. But I just think he's just going to be ripping his body shots and using his jab, and his jab is something beautiful. Speaking of jabs, I watched a Islandi Lara fight.
I wanted to talk about
last week.
Yeah. against Ramon Alvarez.
Yeah. That's Canelo's brother.
Right.
Yes, Canelo's brother.
He won a title.
He did?
Lara won a title.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like a world...
Yes, super middleweight, I think it was. Yeah, he won a world title on that fight. Yeah. But yeah, what did you think about that?
I was just thinking that jab from Lara was so beautiful, man. Like,
he's sweet.
It was just like, it was just a straight arrow, like, bang, straight arrow, boom. Like, you'd be here, it'd just be like, boom, and it would get, boom, right through that guard. And it was just so quick.
Yeah.
Like, how do you deal with, like, a jab like that coming in your face?
Man, he looked stunned.
Yeah.
Ramon.
Yeah. Lara had an easy time with that.
Yeah. I'm happy for him, too. I'm happy he got a fight.
The American dream. He's done well here in like, not like many other Cubans that come from the amateur system over here to the U.S. They don't, whatever happens, like, you know, look at Orlando Solis and fighters like that that did so well as amateurs, and then they weren't able to transfer that into the professional game. Yeah. Lara has done really well for himself financially. He's well liked. He's a good fighter. Good and happy for the
guy. I mean, he gave Canelo a run for his money. That was a super close fight.
Yeah.
If he would have just thrown more volume, I think he would have taken that fight. Actually,
people said Lara won that fight. Canelo, whatever.
I was okay with the decision. I just didn't think Lara threw enough punches. I think that was the big difference. And he got clipped with hard punches from Canelo. But you know that can be up for debate. But I'm okay with that one.
Yeah.
Cooner's Corner. What do you got for us, bro?
Okay, so Cooner's Corner today, I wanted to talk a little bit about, you know, that program that I do, Rock Steady Boxing, Toronto.
Awesome program.
So basically, this program is it's been developed in 2006 in Indianapolis, and in 2016 we went to Indianapolis to get certified and to bring that program over here to Toronto. And we were the first the first affiliate of Canada to have a Rock Steady program. And I was one of the coaches there, and I was really, see, the thing with me when I went to Indianapolis, because I've heard about this program.
So tell our audience.
So how I got involved.
What is Rock Steady?
Okay,
who does it cater to?
So basically, Rock Steady Boxing is a program catered towards people with Parkinson's. And boxing and Parkinson's, there's correlations here. Like, the force intense exercise that boxing provides is what helps people with Parkinson's. It helps them slow the progression of the disease. Boxing focuses on a lot of different attributes and things that people with Parkinson's start losing over time, like dexterity, balance, hand-eye coordination. Boxing focuses on those things with, like, punching the speed bag, those type of things. So it helps slow that progression and improve somebody with Parkinson's. Yeah. Anyways, this program we run it out of Budo, Canada. It's on Lawrence and Dufferin, 38 Apex Road. Three times a week. It's run. It's a great program because, Doc, like, when I went to Indianapolis and when I started working with these people, because look, these are people that had everything, and then they lost it because now their ability to work, they can't work anymore. Everything slows down. Their balance becomes bad. The finger cramp, hands cramping, all those things. Everything is what they had is pretty much taken away from them. But yet they're still fighting. They're fighting to slow the progression down and to help improve their quality of life. Yeah. So when I first got involved and I started working with these boxers, it was so uplifting. It was like I felt like this is better than me going to the Olympics.
Wow.
Like I felt like what I'm feeling right now is like when I walked out to in the Olympics in Sydney, and I walked around the stadium. We walked out in Canada. Everyone's cheering for you, and that's the same feeling I felt when I'm working with these boxers, and they're throwing nice punches and they're working hard, and so it was so overwhelming, and that's when I'm like, this is a great program. I love that I can use boxing. Boxing is so therapeutic in many different aspects. Like I work with people with Parkinson's, youth at risk, boxing for autism.
Oh man, that's awesome.
And because boxing helps tremendously, and there's studies and things done on the benefits of boxing for these special population groups. So it's just fabulous.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
You should see like some of the clips that when they're hitting the pads and they're working, like you just see them and they love it. They love like getting there, pushing the sleds, doing all the hard work.
Yeah, it's a feeling of satisfaction. Yeah, and they know they're reducing their tremors too, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, dude.
Slowing the progression down.
That's a noble thing you're doing. It's really great. Mm-hmm. So my did you know is way more trivial than that. All right, so first question for my did you know. What middleweight still has the highest KO percentage? Long retired.
Long retired?
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm bad at that, like the old fighters.
Not too old, 90s.
90s?
80s. 80s. Sorry, 80s.
Middleweight?
Middleweight, 80s.
Middleweight, 80s. Hearns?
You're so close. It's in that group.
Hagler?
Yes. Hagler still to this day has the highest KO percentage out of any middleweight ever, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So he retired. He retired after the Leonard fight.
Yeah.
And moved to Italy.
Yeah.
He became like a movie star in Italian movies, action movies.
Yeah.
And he's done a couple other movies, and he continues to live in Milan, Italy to this day.
Yeah.
But
he was gone from boxing.
Yeah.
I'm out here.
He was done. Well, he was really bitter about and you know, Leonard was smart, man. He waited 5 years before he took that fight. But fighting Hagler in his prime, who can say?
And then Leonard came off a 3-year retirement.
Yeah. And then he lost, what's his name? Mexican-American, speedy guy with the funny hair.
Camacho. Puerto Rican.
Yeah, Puerto Rican. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
That's when, exactly, he passed. But that Leonard fight, you can see Leonard's skills had just deteriorated in that fight. Yeah. So, but that's a cool little did you know about Marvin Hagler.
You said you read the book on Sugar Ray Leonard?
Yeah, I recommend it. Sugar Ray's autobiography. Great book. Mm-hmm. A lot of the boxers' autobiographies are really good.
Yeah. I read a few of them. I read the La Vida Loca, the story of Johnny Tapia, and one of my favorite fighters, and everyone's favorite fighter.
Yeah.
Wore his heart on his sleeve. The tragedy that he had to endure when he was growing up, watching his mom get raped and murdered right in front of him.
Yeah.
When he was younger, it just destroyed his demons. Ultimately, killed him. But look what he was able to do. Like with those demons, like he would go. His wife Teresa would always say that after his fights, that he would just go on a bender, party and stuff, whatever, gone for a long time. Oh, we
can devote a segment at some point to Tapia.
Oh man, I loved him.
Me too.
I love Tapia.
Me too.
I love me some Tapia.
All right, brother. That's the end of episode 17.
All right.
So you got to take us out.
Okay. Let me just get this song real quick.
Yeah. So catch us on YouTube, Doc and the Boxer, episode 17. Catch us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes Podcasts, all of them, all right? We're out of here.
That's it. We're out. To the next one, guys. To the next one.
Diggity dog.